In a quarter mile, turn left onto Utah 39 West, West Center Street, signs for Huntsville, Ogden.
This is Woodruff. Let's see. Set something back here. In June 1870, a group of men left Session Settlement, later called Bountiful, seeking a loyalty for a new settlement. They traveled north and entered the Bear Lake Valley. They continued over the divide to a new settlement formed from a company from Paris, Idaho, later named Randolph. The travelers were told of a stream of water about 10 miles up that would make a good settlement. After arriving, they were no more than pleased. They saw the broad valley and green grasses and willows. They made ponds in the streams, causing them to overflow, which helped keep the valley green. The mountain trout in the streams, the elk and deer herds in abundance. The Indians were friendly, and Chief Wasaki was the leader at the time. In May 1871, the town site was surveyed by Joseph C. Rich. His survey permitted the location of homes to follow a systematic pattern, with George Eastman building the first home. A name was sought for a new settlement, and it was decided to give the name of Woodruff in honor of Wilford Woodruff, who made frequent trips to Randolph to visit his relatives. During 1895 and 1896, Woodruff area population was around 486, and its residents at 10 a.m. And its residents were anxious. Sorry, there's somebody parked right here, and I was looking over to see who they were. Its residents were anxious for the long-awaited day Utah would become a state. January 4th, 1896, at 10 a.m., the news was wired to Woodruff, and the town bell, which now hangs at the town hall, was rung for 5 minutes and again at noon in December. 1930, Woodruff received its first power lines and also its first power outage, as everyone wanted to use electricity. It wasn't until December 4th, 1933, that Woodruff was granted petition by the commissioners to become incorporated. Its first officers were B.D. Brown, president; James Stewart, Rowena Tingey, Cloyd Eastman, and Sarah Corina as trustees. In January 1996, 100 years after statehood, of Woodruff area population is about around 350. So it went down. We dedicated this town to those pioneers that founded and settled this community. It is through their united efforts and faith that we have received our heritage.